we live? Alright, okay, everywhere we can take it. Unless someone's racist in the damn chat. Alright, hello everybody, welcome back to the EXRV Storm League. This is the Grand Finals today. Today is going to be MRE versus Tskr. But before that, before we get ahead of ourselves here, I'd like a short introduction of myself. I am Harajuku Oni, a caster from Malaysia, and I'm joined here with my very dear friend.
I'm calm, ready to bring the tender as we head into the clash that's been building for long. It's MRE versus Tskr, and tonight, one team's walk away as the EXRB champions.
Oh, and the other one, don't worry, you can still qualify if you collect enough points. So this is the EXRV Storm League. This is the tournament 3 out of 4. So whoever wins in this in the tournament today will not be able to play for the next EXRV Trials League, which is another tournament that you can play to get your qualifications in. So basically, whoever wins gets a ticket to go for the later on EXRV League, which is going to be the grand clash between all the qualifiers. Now, you don't have to worry too much if you don't win the each league. You have to just make sure that you can also gain enough points by participating in the league. So don't worry. Anyone who's in the second place for today, you can still play in the next tournament, which is going to be the EXRV trials, and then collect enough points to qualify for the next tournament.
And trust me, it's not just about the title, it's also about pride, power, and proving who really owns this matter.
Hell yeah, we're going to see two teams that have very significant name. We see a very familiar faces here. Tskr, anyone who's been following the league so far or any other tournaments before would have seen Tskr dominating the leaderboards. We do see MRE, relatively a new team, but very familiar names. We do see Zeswo, Vonumana, Koze, and our beloved Venix here. So we are going to be expecting an intense game thus far. Now, do remember to tap the screen, follow the EXRV League account because more followers brings us a long way. Let's do our best to sort of like bring the community together. Doesn't that sound great?
It is.
Oh, I would also like to remind you all that do check out the merch. We have merchandise now, and I dare say the merchandise is pretty well designed by Dango himself. So once you place in the order, the jersey itself is customizable. You can put your name in. You have different arm designs. You have the shirt with the short sleeves. You have the one with the long sleeves, and for the fellow Muslims, we got you. We also have one that extends all the way to the hips. Now, 65 ringgit for the short jersey, the short sleeve jersey. It's about 70 ringgit for the long sleeve jersey, and for the Muslimah is 75 ringgit. Now, all these prices are inclusive of postage, so there's no like nasty extra postage cost. So we got you on that part. Anyways, let's head back into the game so far. A lot of bans have gone in.
Let's get into picks and ban. Game 1 between MRE and Tskr. So let's see. And we are kicking things off with MRE locking in Nar as their first pick. Strong in lane, flexibles, and of course, that Mega Nar ultimate can turn any team fights into a real.
I've seen some insane Nars. With this Poppy Nar, one of them can be Flex Jungle. I'm just saying that. Either one of them can be Flex Jungle.
Yeah. And also, yeah, Tskr is making it clear they want to go forward, not back. But MRE answered Poppy and Swain. That's spicy. Swain can anchor mid or board, and Poppy is one of the best anti-dive junglers out there. And yeah, it's
Ooh,
Poppy jungle for sure.
Poppy Jungle, I'd still give a chance to Nar, Like, Nar still has a chance in jungling here. His jungle clear is very fast. The Mega Nar you said just now is a very, very well game setting out. So we do still see the option for Mega Nar up here. I think this could be an Ambessa jungle. After the Ambessa rework, I'd say the Ambessa rework has added armor penetration built into her kit. Now that's very strong against champions like Poppy, like Naha, like Swain, who does have a lot of resistances they have to go through.
Yeah. And
But I do
also,
say that he's more of an assassin now, or she's more of an
yeah.
assassin now.
Also, that keeper's bodies could slam Ambessa not right out of the flight before it even starts. And Swain, he'll be leveling all the CCs around him, more healing, more damage, more chaos.
We do see them also pick Seraphine because they have a lot of tanks there. I think the comps right now can go either way. Both of them have very good comps, and both their comps actually fit what they're trying to do. So they're like, how to say, it's very linear. They have an idea of how they want to conduct their team fights, how they want to conduct the game. All the picks are suitable for it. However, I still believe that I might still be on the side of TSKR here, solely because they have a lot of setup.
All right, and we are a moment away from the game one kicking off between MRE and TSKR. And if the draft or anything to go by, this one is going to be a banger. Players are locking in, fingers are ready, and the nerve probably kicking in too.
I can smell all the sweat and I can hear all the nervousness in their voices. Not really. I'm not in their voice channel right now, but I like to imagine that's what's going on. Everyone's a bit anxious because this is the grand finals.
Yeah, if you got snacks, grab them. If you got prediction, lock them. Game one is coming in hard. And also, only if you are MRE, what do you want? Who do you want getting fat this game?
If I am MRE, the answer is very obvious. I put all of my money, all of my resources on Zesso the carry. Not only because Zesso as himself is an insane player on his own. The champion Swain right now is incredible burst mage and is strong from the early to mid to late. Honestly, Swain is an amazing pick altogether. If I want to put all my resources on one champion, it'd be Swain. It'd be Swain. Swain would be very safe. What about you? What would you put your resources on?
MRE or TSKR?
Let's go for TSKR. To be fair.
I would say Ambassador. Ambassador is kind of a jungler that can really snowball the games if she is really fun.
That is true, but we do see the Ambessa is clearing slower here compared to Poppy, and that's solely because you can't really have Ambessa's spear speed that fast though, because she already has a lot of mobility. So it does make sense for a fight to break out actually, and we do see flashes. They're trading flashes already. Three people at the bottom, a near death scenario for the Kai'Sa. They do see the Nautilus walking up there, trying to find an angle. This Nautilus Senna composition, what do you think of it?
Nautilus Senna is pretty good, especially if it is Senna support as well. Are they playing Senna support? Are they playing Senna ADC? It's a different, you know? Like if it is Senna support, she will get a lot more soul compared to ADC. And as
That
we
is
have
true.
into an early game, it's clear that MRE wants to stabilize and scale into control teamfight. They got tools like Poppy for disengage, Seraphim for sustains, and Swing to absorb pressures and punish overextension.
We do see that right now, but your prediction was correct. They say they send a support. We do see the support emblem trigger just now, so he is going to be stacking a lot of souls. She does have fleet. She's ready for damage. A lot of good poke is coming out. Senna is winning this poke for sure. We do
Yeah,
see the junglers that are already camped on the bot side.
But the real factor here is Tskr. If she can farm safely and hit her first item spike, MIE 5v5 becomes terrifying. The Seraphim and Swing combo means they can
Oh,
fight around even
and
on
there
the
was
mid.
a quick gank in the top side just now. Good setup from the Camille. It was honestly a very easy setup, knowing that Camille just has to press out, but then a very good follow up from the Ambessa. This is the thing about Ambessa, she really wants this early participation.
Yeah, they got potential for the win. If Nautilus or Camille get level 5 and finally isolate the target, someone is getting deleted.
Oh, and we see right now the tower is getting deleted. The tower is nearly gone on the top side. If she goes for a second gank here, that tower is gone. They have all the pressure they need. After that, this Senna is moving alone while supports in base, but because of Senna's current state, she just survives. She's insane right now.
Sustain is pretty crazy. Yeah.
I was just saying
And
it's really
also,
crazy.
and also the laning damage, a lot of them mostly come from Nautilus. So top power combined with Nautilus really scary
I see.
for
So
MI
she
to
does.
play.
So she's not like the main damage dealer right now in lane.
Yeah, not right now, not at the moment.
I see. Oh, we do see this fight breaking out here slowly. They're trading very short skills. Nar picks up his Q, misses the W for the second time, but that's all right. All you have to do is just back off afterwards, and that's a good wall clip right there. He is very safe. He doesn't know where the jungler is right now. He knows that his jungler is not with him. It was a good idea for him to just back off of that fight. Because we do see right now, Ambessa is spazzing topside. That's going to. Oh, you see the ping coming in from Ambessa right here. Another engage goes in. Ambessa misses it out. And just like that, maybe they managed to collect this kill. They're greeding for it, and they did not get it after burning
There's
two
many,
flashes. And he did not collect the kill onto the. It's alright. He got the Ambessa kill. I was a little upset he didn't collect the Camille kill, but I guess that's alright. Seraphine out coming in, managed to charm the Nautilus here, but I don't think they get anything out of this. There's a large amount of CC pushing through, and then they're still coming back in. They know the Singe is here. Singe is probably paying them to back the hell up because they can't take that fight. They have a lot of CC, not a lot of damage. Honestly, if they continue that fight, it was going to go to MRE. I mean, MRE had to do something, right? He's
yeah, yeah.
the Nar is already getting camped twice.
We're also about 4 minutes in, and now all eyes are on the river because our first major object is about to spawn. Whether it's Dragon or Herald, this fight could set the tone for the rest of the game.
And for the jungle basics, a lot of times junglers will go for the Herald here. We do see Tskr having the more powerful jungler right now does go for the Herald. They want to collect this. However, you do see that the jungler is moving alone. His team is trying to go to the dragon to see if they can secure both objectives or slow him down. They could get two objectives here, but They're just playing around. They're just playing around.
Blue team has slain
Personally,
Baron.
I'd rather have his team set up and prio in mid so they could go straight for that mid push.
Red
Because
team
right
has
now the
summoned
mid's
the
going in and do they get the
momentum of
tower?
Soggle in the mid lane.
They
I think they
probably
got the tower. I think they got the tower just now. I missed the notification. And now
also
it goes in onto the Gnar. Unfortunate.
keep your eye on Kaiser Center because this could be just a support fight. When well plays Kaiser or Senna root from the fall can be difference between. Okay, we got the first fight coming.
Oh, we got a fight coming in. Gnar getting that gank that he wanted. You do see a Camille out going in. That is too much CC for this Camille. But he hook shots the way out and manages to stay in a little bit. Gnar gets CC'd from the roaming Nautilus since Senna is being anchored in bot lane, but has the Finch to help. That was honestly a kill they could have gotten. Another flash in goes in from Poppy, trying to collect the kill, trying to stop the blue buff from getting taken. The chase is coming in from the swing. Does he get it? They don't get this. They should go back here. You do see that the enemy team is pushing in, and just like that, another kill goes down for Tskr, and MRE has nothing to show for in that fight.
And also, you see the wall in the top side. TSKR were ready for the fight.
Oh, they were. There's the what? The try push there.
Yeah, they have a wars in the top side. Meanwhile, MRE wars on the bot side. So if I were MRE there, I wouldn't want to fight there.
We don't know. They wouldn't have known where the wards were, and we do see an ult coming in from Kai'Sa. He managed to pick up the jungle. This Kai'Sa is moving insane with all the power that she's been getting. I mean, to be fair, she hasn't been getting ganked at all, from what I've seen. I mean, besides the occasional Singe appearances, but you know they didn't get a lot of value out of that.
Yeah. And also with Sarah pinning for center, this pinning for Kai'Sa, this Kai'Sa is gonna have a great time until team fights happen. Once team fights happen, TSKR has a lot of single target CC, including Nautilus, Empressor with Semi.
Oh, the solo kill, solo bolo. And no, he did not get the solo kill. Camille just has too much mobility, but we do see an issue here. And the issue is that the Gnar is getting pushed so far back that he can't do anything. His team can't afford to keep rotating onto the Gnar because that Camille will just keep getting away. There's just too much mobility onto the hookshot there. We see mid there. We have the Singe and the Ambessa. We do Camille coming from the back. They could go for a dive here. They're not entirely sure if they want to. Ambessa misses out, but that's alright. A fight breaks out between the two. A good route into Zhonya's coming from the Swain, managing to sustain out of the 1v3, but then again, as before, MRE walks away with nothing here. It seems that right now MRE, yeah, I guess it's fine. They kind of want to scale right now, and how it seems that 3-2 they are scaling. You can look at the goal difference. It's not much of a goal difference there. It's about 6. I'm bad at math. 1003.
600 something.
Yeah, so there's not much of a goal difference here, despite the kill difference. Oh, we do see Camille getting jumped here. All the times that Camille has been going in unpunished. This could be the first time that Camille does get punished. The ult goes in from Camille. Hook shots out again, and he lives at last HP. Oh, you see Kai'Sa's ult coming in, trying to chase the Singe, but you forgot the #1 rule of League of Legends. You don't chase the Singe. Yeah, you don't chase the Singe.
So this fight means that MI might have the setup for the second trade, but the resets are coming in from TSKR, which means the second trade on the map now, this one might be a real ball. Both teams have tested each other's strength, and this time the stakes are higher. Momentum, scaling, and map control all right on this fight.
And we're going to see how that turns out. We do see that TSKR has the priority. We might see Ambessa getting caught out there. With that, the fight does break in. Camille starts ulting. Ambessa's going to be late to the fight. Blue side secures the dragon since Ambessa has been ulted out by Poppy. Ambessa does join into the fight now. 5-man ultimate into the wall. Gnar sends them into the wall. And just like that, charmed onto the Nautilus, but that was a Nar fight that you called it. That Nar has the opportunity to turn fights, and that Nar did. That Nar put all of them into the wall. That was an insane timing coming from the Nar. Kudos to him. He's been getting ganked the whole game, but he's making it up in a team fight. So that's where it matters, you know. That's
Yeah,
that's,
and
that's where it matters.
also Jacks like that, bro. MRE secured the second Drakes of the game. That's two Drake in their pocket now, and TSK are starting to feel the pressures.
Yeah, they know they can't let the MRE take the last dragon. However, I'll be very honest. Factoring in the reset and looking at the team composition, how much ults were burned just now. I was under the assumption that TSKR got that.
I see.
They probably had gotten that dragon,
I
but
mean, one
MRE
is
has shown us again
right?
and again that we cannot underestimate them as a force. They do have a lot of turnover in TSKR. Should start respecting this.
Exactly, and let's not forget Seraphine Swain skills like monster.
Oh, and the fight's going in. A 2v3 in mid, and there's 3v3 now. Swain, Swain goes in for the fight here. You don't see the Seraphine out landing, getting a charm. Do they get the Nautilus? If they get the Nautilus alone, that is fine already, but they cannot secure the Nautilus. He does secure the Nautilus with a flash coming in from Swain. They do not get anything else. The whole team is mixed. You see Camille going in straight for the ultimate here, but with the amount of CC coming from Poppy, but with that they did leave their ADC.
Down.
And just like that, the ADC has fallen. I don't think they can push any further. Now they're scattering away. TSK is trying their best to make sure damage control. So as long as they don't have any more people dying, that is great already. They managed to pick off the ADC.
We see fighting mid as well with Poppy and Nar, while the Seraphine's is chasing Singed.
Honestly, it's fight after fight right now, and there's more fights have been occurring. Singe has been going around and just running around the map, and all goes in from Ambessa. Goes into Poppy. Poppy is holding her own up in there, and just like that, Nar secures one kill. That was a mistake coming from TSKR. They shouldn't have fought that. Goes into the wall, does Camille, but Camille manages to hook shot out. But just like that, she still does not live to tell the tale of her grand escape. As another kill falls onto Nar. See, Nar here has been getting everything so far.
Yeah, with that fight, MRE also secured their best Barons of the game. This is like a bonus to them. They win the fight, and they also get the Baron. They will get the reset, and they will get the push out before the soul fight is online. You know, like so the pressure.
This is like
is
this is the
on-
best case scenario for them.
Yeah, the pressure is on TSK and next 2-5 might decide everything. MRE is not just playing to win; they are playing for checkmate.
That is ultimately true. I do hope that TSKR manages to find a way to flip this year, because right now it's looking like an obvious win. I prefer games where I don't even know who's going to win. You know?
Yeah, I mean, if we look at from TSKR, the first engages come from TSKR is really nice. They want that because like before any objective spawn, they went to make chaos around the
Oh,
map.
fight
and
goes
now-
in just like that, and they managed to get the Nar for free. The Nar did not know that he was on a ward. That was
that's the
unfortunate.
That's their own full comp, so they have to pick those silent pushers. They have to look for those advantage fights. They cannot go into 5v5 with with same number. They have to make those advantages before Drake's spawning. Now they have
Oh.
4v5. They're gonna go for it.
Oh, we do see this. Oh, we do see MRE just now, just four men hugging the bush. But and just like that, 3 men back to base. The dragon is coming in for free onto the side of MRE, and just like that, they have secured the third dragon, Dragon Soul. Now they have an Ocean Soul. This is going to be insane. Now there's a lot of pressure, a lot of pressure from TSKR because they don't have the kills, they don't have the gold, they don't have the dragons. They
That
certainly
was
don't have the
such
towers
a
too.
great ult from Poppy. There
Red
is
team lost
there is a
turret.
really almost organ.
Yeah, that was that was the best ult from Poppy I've ever seen in tournament already. I managed to get like 3 people at one time. that secured them everything.
Yeah,
Honestly,
now
Poppy
with
is broken in
souls,
teamfights.
and now with souls and everything, MRE might be looking for the end game.
Yeah, they should be. We're talking about the end game. The end game. We have to remind players and the people who are watching that the end game for this entire league so far, like for example, the Storm, the EXRV Storm right now, is to qualify for the EXRV League and to gain points for qualify for a ticket or to win to qualify for a ticket. So MRE still has a chance to qualify for the EXRV League. And do remember everyone to tap the screen and also follow the EXRB League. So more exposure means more team fights coming in. More team fights coming in and they're picking up the Nar again and again. Oh my god. You see, this is
And
why we just because of that I think we deserve a follow. We deserve a follow.
yeah,
Don't you
we
think
do.
so? We deserve a follow. Yeah.
Yeah,
Go ahead and follow.
yeah,
Actually
TSK are
buy
also
the merch too.
yeah by the March too. Yeah, that's and we have the shop and also long sleeve one. So whatever you want, it's there.
Yeah, yeah, we made sure that was very inclusive. Also to the Muslim too, we made sure everyone can wear it, regardless of gender, religion, whatever. It doesn't matter. We're united with this terrible game.
Okay, let's get back into the game now.
Yeah,
TSK need a
going on the blue
miracle.
side. And the miracle might just come in here, but never mind of three-man Seraphine out and they're diving the tower. They do manage to get away though. You do see that the Swain is coming in and they see Swain coming in, they're backing off. They know they cannot fight this Swain, but Senna, Root, the amount of CC, they have a lot of
You
engage,
lost
they
the
have a lot of
game.
disengage, but they can't afford this because as you can see, the Camille is already split pushing. She's split pushing
TSK
outside.
are in a great place right now. Camille is split pushing downside, and then TSK is going for Baron as well. So this means TSK might walk away with 3 Barons.
They are going definitely
They
going to.
got two
Oh,
men.
a two-man all that leaves Senna alone, but Senna can hold her own though. Senna can hold her own, you see. And just like that, the greed coming from Nar, that was not very gnarly. And just like that, I thought a TSKR wouldn't be walking away for Baron because of that Poppy ult, but just like this, they might just walk away with their Baron. Not to mention, Elder is coming up and we have Camille there
Red team
prepared
has slain
for the
Baron
Prio.
Nashor.
So all they have to do now is reset, go for this Elder. They needed a miracle, they got one.
Yeah, TSK are Jack Snack Baron. What a massive turnaround. After fighting to stay alive, they grabbed the game-changing buff that can flip the map entirely. And
Yeah,
now
they
they're just spawning and they're finding boss of the objective. If TSK can secure this, they might just steal the moments and completely as well as looking for a win.
yeah, they literally grabbed the game by the nuts and flipped it over.
Grab
And
your
just like
popcorn,
that,
pop.
we do see a fight breaking out here. We do see that this Singe is holding them back solo. This Singe can do it. He can hold his own. He's holding everyone back. The Poppy, the Seraphine. He's damaged the Seraphine so much. This Seraphine might just die. And Engage comes in from TSKR. Seraphine counter ult. You do see Zonya's coming in from Swain. Manages to hold it back, but the Elder buff is too much for MRE. It's too much for MRE. And in that fight, you did not see Nar at all because Nar was afraid of the split push coming from Camille. This is a Baron laner's game. And in this
Yeah,
game, the Baron laner did not manage to hold his own. A nice 4-man all coming in. Very good moment, but it's not enough to hold it back. And just like that, for the first game, TSKR takes the win. And we hope we're going to see MRE regroup, refresh, and come back stronger in the next one. That was a very good turn of events. What did you think of the game?
yeah, what a comeback, what a performance. From the blink of a defeat to absolute dominations. Incredible stuff. TSK show heart, grit, and patience there, never giving up, capitalizing on every opportunity, every Nar kills, pushing, pulling off the Baron kills to change the game. MRE fought valiantly with the Dragon Soul in hand, but TSK coordinations and aggressions were just too much in the end. This is the kind of series people want to see.
I agree that you do see that for the longest while MRE towards the mid game, entering the late game, they did hold more dominance. But in the end, it did not matter because when it comes to late game is all macro. And in this macro battle, we did see TSKR take the lead here with this one. I say MVP was definitely the Camille.
Yeah,
My
definitely.
MVP was a Camille.
But like
What
I
do you think?
said, Ambition needed a good game and she got it. But I agree with you. Kameh is the one.
All right, and I'm gonna cut you short here. So for now, we're gonna take it to halftime. We let these players rest. We will rest too. I need a drink. See y'all later. I can speak now. Yes.
힘을 모아서 뛰어올라 내 손에 꿈을 잡아 멈추지 마 놀라워 이 밤을 뚫고 날아 Rise up 이 세상 위에 Fly high 날 따라와 Break it make it 우린 다 이겨 불안해하지 마 우린 shine bright 오늘 밤 빛나 우리는 꼭진 순간 다 던져봐 Excited fly rose 계속 날아 끝까지 멈추지 마 빛나는 눈을 감고 내게 모든 게 다시 시작 달려가 더 빠르게 눈부신 빛을 따라 슬픔은 머리 위로 뛰어봐 저 하늘 위로 이 시간을 즐겨봐 우리 손에 전부 가져 어둠 뚫고 빛을 찾아 내 안에 불꽃 이제 탈출해 세상이 날 감싸도 내 날개 꺾이지 못해 힘을 모아서 뛰어올라 내 손에 꿈을 잡아 멈추지 마 놀라워 이 밤을 뚫고 날아 Rise up 이 세상 위에 Fly high 날 따라와 Break it make it 우린 다 이겨 불안해하지 마 우린 shine bright 오늘 밤 빛나 우리는 꼭진 순간 다 던져봐 Excited rivals 계속 날아 끝까지 멈추지 마
뛰어올라가 저 하늘 끝까지 마치 별처럼 빛난 불꽃처럼 거울 속에 나를 위해 따라와봐 이 밤을 깨워봐
Rise up 이 세상 위에 Fly high 날 따라와 Break it make it 우린 다 이겨 불안해하지 마 우린 shine bright 오늘 밤 빛나 우리는 꼭진 순간 다 던져봐 Excited rivals 계속 날아 끝까지 멈추지 마 벗어나 너의 그림자 속에 갇혀있던 날 새로운 세상에서 날 찾아 I'm alive 운명에 맞서 더 강해져가 다시 태어난 듯이 더 크게 날아가 모든 걸 내 손에 쥐고 세상 앞에서 우린 싸워 두려움은 이제 없어 이 순간을 내 것으로 만들어 어둠 뚫고 빛을 찾아 내 안에 불꽃 이제 탈출해 세상이 날 감싸도 내 날개 꺾이지 못해 힘을 모아서 뛰어올라 내 손에 꿈을 잡아 멈추지 마 놀라워 이 밤을 뚫고 날아 Rise up 이 세상 위에 Fly high 날 따라와 Break it make it
And we are back, folks. After an insane game one where TSKR pulled off the comeback of the series, game two is in.
We do see game two on the way. I hope to see more fights just like that actually coming in from MRE and TSKR. And I think the key thing that I took away out of this, well, that I would like everyone to take away out of this, is that we did get to see two different types of comps. Two different types of comps going neck to neck, and we do see how each comps are operated. I think that's the most important thing if you're here to look and study how pro players are playing. Well, I'll say like semi-pro, right? This realistically, how these semi-pro players are playing, because these guys are all sovereign challenger players. You should take note of how they are playing and how they operate the comps that they've chosen. So I think that was an insane thing to see.
That's right. MRE got the reset, rethink, and reignite if they want to stay alive. But TSKR, they're riding that momentum like a storm. Expect some adjustment on both sides, new draft, new strategies, and new opportunities to outplay.
I do hope to see it though. However, I'm surprised that TSKR banned their own Nautilus from the last game. I mean, maybe it's because they're blue side right now, so they will really want to pick that priority pick. Who do you think is going to come out as a priority for them? I would say I'd like to see a Viego.
We might see a Viego from MRE actually.
We do see a Rumble coming in from TSKR. Solid top lane, a very good AP option that does free up the mid lane to go AD. So we could be seeing AD assassins, or maybe even Yasuo actually, to counter that Seraphine from the last game. What do you think?
I don't think we will see Seraphine again with Rumble. I feel like TSKR might be looking for Wukong, and yeah,
but there is an Ornn right now.
Yeah, MRE took the options away, and also Rumble counter is kind of like Ornn is kind of a Rumble on counter. You know, like with Galio on, it's very hard for Rumble to play.
But you do see the Ornn here, and Rumble in top lane. This is a very good Yasuo game. I hope they see it too. I hope they're listening. I hope they're listening. Go Yasuo. Go Is that a Rumble mid? There could just be a Rumble mid. Gragas in the jungle, and then
Yeah, you might not want
Garen
to lane against Ornn as a Rumble, so they might instead go for Rumble mid. But I feel like they miss out the Wukong there. I think MRE will know that the TSKR want Wukong, so they took it instead.
No, but they went back and they defaulted onto the Ambessa. I see. Okay, so that means this is the Gragas top, and I think Gragas, if I'm not mistaken, Gragas against Ornn, Gragas does better a little bit because
Gragas is generally good into a melee kind of champion. And also, this might also be flex on both teams, you know, like on support as well as Gragas support. So this is like kind of like a Baron and support flex we're seeing from both sides.
True, to be fair, TSKR hasn't really locked in a role. They picked very flexy champions, as you said. I hope we're seeing this Ornn as a support actually, because Ornn being in top lane, I feel like Ornn top is a little bit useless, you know.
I don't think so actually. It's useless in solo queue obviously, but with comps and everything, I think Ornn parents good in my opinion.
True, but they did realize that TSKR is winning just now solely because that split push. That split push on Camille, so they did a solid top laner who's able to win the lane, hold split pushes, or maybe even split push on his own. Because if he can win lane to a point where the enemy laner does not want to fight you, you can split. Or you could choose to join team fights.
Okay, I feel like TSKR are going for the Gragas is a support.
It's a Gragas support. Honestly, very good. Very good choice. Very good choice. We do see the top lane here choosing the pick. I hope they don't go for. They do go for Garen. This is probably going to counter the Kassadin actually. That silence is going to stop Kassadin from jumping around like a damn rabbit. But the way I see it here, they have a Kassadin, so they're going for mega late game here. And knowing
Yes.
Kassadin got buffed, didn't he?
Not really, not really.
He didn't get a buff. I saw him in the patch notes. I didn't read it though.
I don't think so.
Oh, damn, I must be missing something. We do see a Varus Nami here. They are going for Enchanter, so this is an on top. This is an on top. And we are seeing a rumble in the mid lane against Kassadin, I hope. Unless they do swap out the Garen mid. Garen mid
Yeah.
is also very good.
I mean,
Actually,
they do-
not that. If the orientation is as in game, then we are seeing that Garen mid versus Kassadin.
Mhm. And like that, game 2 drive is locked in, and Tskr is cooking up a pressure-heavy comp with Rumble, Gragas, Ambassador, Senna, and Garen. That's heat, Bulk, and Bruiser all roll into one. And also this comp screams mid-game domination. You got Rumble, Equalizer, Gragas setup, and Senna scaling, all supporting a friend line that just walks forward and dare you to stop them. Meanwhile, MRE has completely flipped the script with a scaling heavy respawn on Wukong, Kassadin, Varus, and Nami. That's a teamfight layering pokes and legging monster in Kassadin.
However, we do have to take note that they are trying their best to win the tournament here. So I think they're going down to very, very comfortable comps. Because you know, if they do win here, they don't have to go for the EXRV trials. They can just go straight for the EXRV league. But then again, yeah, you can still collect some points. They might join the next one also for the EXRV league, the EXRV trials to join the EXRV league. Who knows?
And yeah,
So,
yeah. And also, do you know that we are selling March? I've
we
heard about
are.
it. Yeah. Can you tell me some more about it? I've heard about it.
All right. I don't know how you heard about it, but yes, we are selling merch. So we are selling our merchandise coming from EXRV. EXRV jerseys is very, very well designed by Denko himself. You can customize your name and your role. You have three different variations to choose from: a long sleeve, short sleeve, and a long sleeve for Muslimah. So basically, even the Muslim ladies can wear it too, since it's very it covers your aurat, you know.
Yeah.
So the price is going to be about 65 for the short sleeve, 70 for the long sleeve, and the Muslimah version is going to be 75 ringgit, all prices inclusive of shipping. So no nasty extra shipping cost. So your 65 ringgit jersey won't be 85.
All right. That's a really good option. And anyway, as over, early game is going to be everything in this match. For Tskr, it's all about momentum, right? They have draft up to explode into mid game with pressure and pick power.
We do see the Garen split here. We do see that the Garen has swapped sides onto the Dragon Lane, managing to hold the Dragon Lane alone. And the mid Dragon Lane has moved to mid lane because they want to stop that Kassadin pressure. They want to stop Kassadin from scaling as much as they can. And just like that, they have cracked a lot of playthings, and the Demolish does go down. The push is going in. They have to start relieving pressure for the Kassadin right now. I think it would be better if Zinami does end up supporting the Kassadin, because right now you do see the mid lane gank going in downside. I hope they pinged already. And just like that, they might just get caught here. Flashes are being burnt out. Trades are going in. The bubble goes up and Senna shoots to the sky. Bloop, 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 bloop. Unfortunately, no kills are being traded. We do see a dive going in early on. A dive before level 5, and they managed to get it though. Holy shit. I did not expect that, Kong. Not at all.
Yeah, it's really hard to dive alone, especially just 2 minutes into the game. It's surprising decision coming from Tskr, but it paid off. It paid off in the end.
It paid off, surprisingly. Not to mention, you gotta acknowledge the fact that he's getting ulted for the second time. He got ulted, then you see that knockup there. That is why you don't dive and on. That knockup would have ended most people already, and just like that, they do manage to secure the Ornn still and manage to get away. So Ornn gets dove gets pushed out of his tower, dove again, dies, and no
Yeah,
kills are being
I
traded
mean,
from
Ali
MRE.
might not win the match, but it would definitely decide who control the script. If MRE survive, we are headed to a scaling cities. If TSK snowball like right now, it might be light out before 15 minutes.
That is true. I would like to also remind everyone to, like and share, tap the screen, get more interactions. I want to see a lot of things going through on the EXRV chat. And I would like to hear who everyone thinks is going to be winning the tournament, because TSKR may have gotten 1 point, but a lot of times that doesn't mean the end of the world. So I'd like to hear your predictions on who's going to be the MVP, who's going to finish ahead of the other, and who is going to be the reigning champion of EXRB Storm.
I mean,
So
we have to find out how this one plays. Like going
yeah.
toward the grand final is just getting started.
I don't know if you realize it, but that Garen was inside the enemy jungle. That's how much pressure he has right now. Garen in the early game is nuts. Ever since he started building lethality, I think that was a terrible thing that Riot did. He's an assassin now more than ever. Look at that.
Hmm.
Look at the amount of pressure he has onto the jungle. And because of that, Ornn's gonna die again. For sure. And the ult goes in. Ambassador's missed the ult, but Equalizer does manage to help shred the Ornn right there. That max HP damage is enough. It's more than enough to take down the Ornn. And just like that, first tower does go down in the Baron lane. Again, but Ornn for the second game in a row is not having the time of his life at all.
Yeah, TSK draws fast blood not once, not twice, but 3 times, and with the 3k lead, they bought themselves early tempo heading into the first objective. Now it's about converting that goal into a map control, and they got the comp to do it. Gragas and Empressor and Manis went ahead, both can pick a fight before the fight even starts, pair them with a Ramble Equalizer, and this...
Oh, but the ult goes in, they're not trading for the objectives right here. They are fighting the objective, and as they should. They are 5k ahead, and they're just gonna keep pushing MRE behind to make sure nobody scales. Nobody will scale. I think the issue just there was that MRE, they assumed TSKR was gonna go for the Herald again, so they could trade on the Dragon.
Yeah,
They did not factor in, and it.
Yeah, this means if you are TSK, the play is simple. Push mid, control vision, and set it fast. Don't let MIE walk into it. Like force them into fanning into choke points and drop the heat.
Yeah, and they're dropping the key right now. You do see that this Ambassador's going in, manages to catch the Cassidin somehow. That was outside the hitbox in my opinion, but my ult will never hit. For some reason, when I ult, I won't hit it, but when he does it with that terrible hitbox, he gets it. I guess it's for the tournament. I guess so. It looks pretty on camera. Couldn't be me. I probably missed. I would have missed that.
It missed in my eyes.
In my eyes, it missed too. But you know what? Maybe Riot has favorites. Riot has favorites. You gotta check this guy's. You gotta check this guy's. What do you call it? Collection score.
I thought you were about to say check his PC, but they're playing mobile.
They're playing mobile. No, check his collection score. See how much skins is he bought from Riot. That's a Riot favorite hitbox right there.
And exactly. And let's not forget, Senna's scaling kicking in early if she's been stacking well.
Oh, the Nami ult goes in. They do take a lot of damage from the Equalizer, and the Ambassador ult does go in, manages to collect onto the Nami, also killing the Wukong. An engage coming in from MRE turned into a TSKR victory. So many skirmishes they're winning. These tiny fights mean a lot. But we do still see that this Cassidin has been solo farming, has been solo scaling all this while. He's trying his best to bring his early game as soon as possible. They want it to be...
2-0. TSK is absolutely dismantling MRE right now. Every lane, every skirmish, they're not just winning, they're making a statement. This is looking less like a grand final, more like a training montage for TSK.
Oh, that is a ballsy thing to say. MRE still has a chance.
Yeah,
MRE
yeah.
still has a chance to show that we aren't training bots. We are some weapons of mass destruction, and we are going to see that hopefully with this Cassidy right now. Because I'm gonna give y'all some insider information. MRE Zesso is the server top ranking Cassidy player. So he's on his main champion right now. He's in his comfort zone. So in my eyes, he still has this under control. So maybe this is going to be a Cassidy playhouse though it's a late game. So all TSKR has to do is to make sure that this Cassidy does not reach that point. And just like that, Cassidy manages to survive the Garen onslaught of fight going in from Ambessa dives into the tower. Equalizer does damage a large chunk of the HP. Namial coming in clutch manages to cut off their exit. And just like that, an MRE turnover from 10-0 to 10-3. They manage to get something out of a doom,
I mean, yeah,
something out
yeah.
of a doom fight.
The map's dark, the goalie's massive, but you can feel now the flicker of hope. Let's
Yeah,
see what MIE can do next.
I told you this isn't no TSL. God damn, that's just Garen gaming. Honestly, I have nothing much to say there. Garen, if you take a look at Garen's items later, you're just gonna see him build vitality, and he's that tanky. Garen still going in for another one. Ornn misses by a long shot. Garen holding together. The support coming in onto the Ornn, and Ornn does fall here to the Garen queue. They made the mistake of assuming that Garen just started to stop their back for no reason. Honestly, I would have just left.
Yep.
That is a little bit unfortunate. We do see the Demolish proc going down. This Demolish has been getting a lot of value from the mid lane. It's now all the way to top lane, to bot lane. TSKR is going to go get for this second dragon here. Hopefully to collect the soul that they should have had in the last game. They really want it back this time around. Zonya's
Yeah.
goes in from the Gragas. Zonya's from the Gragas. Is it that a Gragas support? Huh.
Graga is a support, but I think because of the Casadini, he might need Sonya. Or Varus as well, because like Gragas is generally bad into long range champion, so with Varus and Nami, he's not gonna survive much.
I think so. He just wants to survive. God damn, this Garen onslaught is insane. The Cassidy nearly died there, but you see, he's piloting that champion very very well. They could get this mid lane tower here for free, and they do. A lot of pressure is going down onto MRE. TSKR knows that they can just push for free right now. Oh, and Al goes in from Ambessa. Equalizer going in. The tower is going down though. The tower is not going down, so they do have tower advantage. Never mind, the tower is down. Nami Bubble goes up, and just like that, Rumble does fall here. They do manage to turn around even more kills. And Ambessa does go in again and again, but now because of the Ambessa reward, there's no refund. Then or knockup goes in. The Nami does manage to die. Sadly, the Nami manages to die,
But
but the Cassidy got a kill.
yeah, as long as we don't watch what Garen is doing, Ama is doing
Yeah.
well. Okay.
Yeah, like Emery is doing insanely well if you don't factor in the fact that Garen was not there and just keep pushing and taking the red buff.
I mean, despite the swing in the jungle, TSC stay whole
Oh,
farms.
Cassidy
control
gets
the map.
another kill.
Oops, that's a pick. That's a nice pick. Into Senna as well.
Oh, I'm telling you, man. I'm telling you, this ain't no TSKR playground. This is gonna be a Cassidy slaughterhouse.
I mean, Amory is showing sign of life, but the map pressure from TSC is still a bit overwhelming. Like
Yeah,
they are fast to every objective, so you're not letting up. The goalie might have shrunk, but the macro stay tight.
yeah, they are showing signs of life. You're touching their neck. There's a pulse. There's a pulse now. The MRE, I don't know what happened in the comms, but they have been resuscitated. There's a pulse now. MRE has started breathing. They've got some breathing room. They're gonna look
Yeah.
for more fights. Hopefully.
MI isn't out yet. Every minute that passes get Cassidines and own close to their late game break points. If they can stay stall until the next Drake, that's their chance to flip the game.
Yeah, but they are holding around the Baron right now while the Rumble tries to split push. This
Yeah.
is a lot of pressure because despite all the kills that MRE has been getting, there is still a 10,000 gold cap though. A fight is not really breaking out in the top side there. Garen is just too tanky. You can't fight Garen like that. A 2v2 here in the top lane. Ornn does go for the ult and Garen ults onto the Cassidy, gets a free kill. Nope, no, Garen ulted onto the Ornn. My apologies. Equalizer going in, and just like that, a fight does break out, and it's breaking into Emery's house.
What can I say? Garen Gaming, right?
Yeah, that's just Garen gaming right there. Again, I guess the Baron lane is the MVP. Well, the first time was amazing. The second time is like, damn, is he gonna keep making all the playmaking moves out here? That's insane. That's insane. I'd say Garen took that
Yeah, he
win for
didn't
himself.
just aim to win. He spanned through the entire front line. From
Yeah.
lane dominance to team fight execution, this Garen pick paid off in gold and glory.
And we do see the damage graph here. He did do all the damage. He did tank all the damage. He did do everything. He did not have the most gold, but as a top laner to have that much gold, that is insane. And surprisingly, we did see a lot of damage going in from Varus. That I would have assumed the Katsurin got most of the kills. We're looking at
Yeah.
the rune statistics here. At least Rumble did make bank coming from the first strike.
From the draft to the last push, TSK has shown total control. They know their win condition, play the map perfectly, and when the fight broke out, they didn't flinch.
Yeah, there was some hiccups, but they did very, very well in that one. Well, Emery still has a chance to get back up, so I hope we see them get back up in the next match. So before that, again, we're gonna let the players brief. We're also gonna let the casters brief, and we're gonna let you have some time to like and share, tap the screen. With that, we'll take an intermission.
태어난 듯이 더 크게 날아가 모든 걸 내 손에 쥐고 세상 앞에서 우린 싸워 두려움은 이제 없어 이 순간을 내 것으로 만들어 어둠 뚫고 빛을 찾아 내 안에 불꽃 이제 탈출해 세상이 날 감싸도 내 날개 꺾이지 못해 힘을 모아서 뛰어올라 내 손에 꿈을 잡아 멈추지 마 놀라워 이 밤을 뚫고 날아 Rise up 이 세상 위에 Fly high 날 따라와 Break it make it 우린 다 이겨 불안해하지 마 우린 shine bright 오늘 밤 빛나 우리는 꼭진 순간 다 던져봐 Excited fly rose 계속 날아 끝까지 멈추지 마 빛나는 눈을 감고 내게 모든 게 다시 시작 달려가 더 빠르게 눈부신 빛을 따라 슬픔은 머리 위로 뛰어봐 저 하늘 위로 이 시간을 즐겨봐 우리 손에 전부 가져 어둠 뚫고 빛을 찾아 내 안에 불꽃 이제 탈출해 세상이 날 감싸도 내 날개 꺾이지 못해 힘을 모아서 뛰어올라 내 손에 꿈을 잡아 멈추지 마 놀라워 이 밤을 뚫고 날아 Rise up 이 세상 위에 Fly high 날 따라와 Break it make it 우린 다 이겨 불안해하지 마 우린 shine bright 오늘 밤 빛나 우리는 꼭진 순간 다 던져봐 Excited rivals 계속 날아 끝까지 멈추지 마
뛰어 올라가 저 하늘 끝까지 마치 별처럼 빛나 불꽃처럼 거울 속에 나를 위해 따라와봐 이 밤을 깨워봐
Rise up 이 세상 위에 Fly high 날 따라와 Break it, make it 우린 다 이겨 불안해하지 마 우린 shine bright 오늘 밤 빛나 우리는 꼽진 순간 다 던져봐 Exciting rivals 계속 날아 끝까지 멈추지 마 벗어나 너의 그림자 속에 갇혀있던 날 새로운 세상에서 날 찾아 I'm alive 운명에 맞서 더 강해져가 다시 태어난 듯이 더 크게 날아가 모든 걸 내 손에 쥐고 세상 앞에서 우린 싸워 두려움은 이제 없어 이 순간을 내 것으로 만들어 어둠 뚫고 빛을 찾아 내 안에 불꽃 이제 탈출해 세상이 날 감싸도
Welcome back to Game 3 of the EXRV Storm Grand Final. Down 0-2, their backs against the wall, but if there is ever a time for a comeback story, it's now.
It is now more than ever. Now, for those who have just entered, the TLDR, the TLDR for the game so far is that Tskr is up 2-0, but we are still rooting for MRE here because they fought a long way to get here. They have been through so much to get here, and we know these players. We know each and every one of them. The community is connected to them. We want to see them. We want to see them go all the way up and manage to show Tskr that hey, 2-0 did not mean anything, and we're going to see that now. Going
Yeah, we
into the
have
banning
seen the
phase,
spark.
we do see
We have
that
seen
they've
the
already.
spark, yeah. You know, Hessidine triple Wukong's flank, Varus poke, but this game is need to be the fire. Draft discipline, elegant awareness, and decisive team fighting. That's the path to a reverse sweep.
And we do see they respect ban onto the Castellan already. That did show that Zesper was a threat in that last game just now. I'm just saying, Kang. Both teams have worked very hard to get here, you know. They screamed, trained every single day and night just to come up here and prove something. Not to the viewers, not to the enemy team, but to themselves that hey, everything that we've done so far does amount to something. It does. We do deserve that ticket to go into the EXRV league, to go and chase the glory, to go get that prize pool, to go get that medals. Everything about it, each and every one of them players from both MRE, from both Tskr, they deserve it all. Don't you think so?
Of course, there is. I only hear truth from your boys, only.
Mm-hmm.
And also, it might also be the same for MRE as well, right?
That is very much true. But I'll say this right. I'm betting a lot, betting a lot on the MRE reverse sweep. As one of the commenters has just said, we could see a possible 3-0 here because they know that their friends are all watching. They aren't going to go down without a fight. That is a given. They aren't going to go down without a fight at all. We can see that they have swapped their comps. This
look at
is a
this
very aggressive comp coming from the side of MRE. They know this is win or nothing right now, and I like that energy.
Villier, Yoni, you know, that's not just a draft, it's a message, you know. Absolutely message.
I do hope we see more fire coming from them though, because they I would say that they played a similar type of comp for the past two games. They played late game heavy, late game scaling.
But let's not forget also Tskr isn't giving an inch. They lock in Guan, Wukong, Nautilus, all champions that can kill the backline and disrupt formations. You know, they've got the
They're not
tools
making
to
it easy.
Yeah, they've got tools to make it fast. Wukong and Nautilus offer engage from hell. And Gwen is the split push nightmare if left unchecked. Tskr is ready to close the curtain.
That Gwen is definitely going to be played in mid there. So for those who just entered the IC, this is Tskr is up 2-0 against MRE. This is going to be Tskr's hopefully final match, and for the side of MRE, this is going to be their beginning to turn over onto their road to be defeating Tskr right here. Confirm MRE win. Yeah, lock it in, lock it in. I see y'all. Lock it in. MRE win. Let's hear more from everyone. Do remember to like and share, tap the screen, and then do give the Exrv a follow, because the more follows, the more interactions we get, the more we get to be noticed by Riot, and then later on this can translate to our region and Exrv as a whole and the community that follows along with it to be included in grassroots tournaments for the future. So for those who don't know what Exrv is thus far, Exrv Storm right now is the qualifiers for the future Exrv League. So winners of the Exrv Storm will be able to get a ticket that qualifies them to join the Exrv League later. But for those who did not win, they still grab points. Now, if you look at the rules and regulations stated in the Exrv TikTok, we do see how the pointer system works, and you can accumulate points up to 50 points, and once you hit 50 points, you still qualify to join the Exrv League later on. And also do check out our merchandise. I think personally it's actually really cool. You can customize your own name, choose your own rules, and can choose between 3 different designs. Well, 2 different designs for males, 3 different designs for females. As you can see, that there is a short sleeve version, a long sleeve version, and a Muslimah long sleeve version also, at the price of 65 ringgit for the short sleeve, 70 ringgit for the long sleeve, and 75 ringgit for the Muslimah version. And all of these prices are inclusive of postage, so no extra charges. Yes, we do see MRE for the win, MRE for the win, MRE for the win. Go, MRE defeat Tskr. Let's get it. Everyone is hyped to see MRE here, because we gotta make sure that they know that we are on their side right now. We have to make sure that everyone knows that you support your team, and your team should be able to hear your voices, knowing that they want you to win. Those voices will make sure that they fight harder and harder, and we can see from their comps right now, they are really fighting hard. We do see Phoenix here with the Blitzcrank in the mid lane. That's big. We do have the swap there.
Yeah, the MRE comp is all about setting their picks and sustaining team fighting. The Blitzcrank hook can change the floor instantly. Pulling key targets into Yone and Lilia damage. Ezreal, flex Ezreal at the safe poke and mobility. And also Sion's the massive front line, brick wall soaking damage, and Lily is the tempo control. Her ability to engage or disengage with those sleeps is crucial. This comp screams patience, outplay, and scaling power.
I think that Sion is not gonna leave.
Yeah, the key carry here is Yone. He thrives in chaotic fight and can tank the type with one big ultimate. Ezreal will keep him safe, and Blitzcrank set up the perfect engage.
I'd say it's very, very well balanced. You have hard engages, you have safety, you have insurances. Everything looks very good, but I think that this Sion is not going to be a team fight Sion. I think this Sion, we'll never see him. We'll never see him at all in team fights. He's going to be split pushing, because if he's learned anything for the past 2 games, he knows that this Baron laner has a tendency to split.
And Tskr countered with a composition designed to punish mistakes early and control the pace. Nautilus and Lee Sin bring engage, while Wukong can split push or team fight depending on the moment. Ziggs offer wave cleared and poke to keep MRE at M launch. This is a classic high pressure, high mobility lineup. Tskr wants to mitigate fights, catch out isolated target, and snowball fast.
And the isolated targets they did have, and for 3 games in a row, the Baron laner becomes the first blood. And you know, I don't blame him though, because of the rotation wise. He did start from blue. He didn't move all the way up to red. Of course, he was going to look for a gank. Knowing Lee Sin, Lee Sin has high mobility, high engage, high damage. It was a kill regardless. It was a kill regardless.
Game
But
3 is a classic clash of grit and patience versus aggressions and tempo. Emery is looking for the comeback with skillings and pick setups, while Tskr wants to close out quickly with relentless pressure.
and I would say that TSKR is very familiar with this relentless pressure composition, but we do see a kill already going for the Yone as he trades the Scion onto the top lane. Now getting these early kills for the Yone is going to be very crucial, since the fat Yone in the early game does translate into an easier mid game. However, we did see the Ezreal managed to fall there. There's not much peeling that the Blitzcrank can do, but the Blitzcrank is going to be a crucial part of that team, of their comp, going into the mid game, going to the late game, because those hooks, those isolation targets that he manages to pick off is going to be detrimental for the win.
Yeah, for MRE, they're looking for to set up Yone to carry the game. But the problem is TSK Gwen is looking scary right now.
This Gwen is okay. Oh, that flash coming in from the Lilia manages to secure the kill. Honestly, I think he's very happy. I think he was very happy with that kill, because Lilia, right? Lilia needs to scale. She needs to really scale. And that, I think that just put her 300 goal ahead. Because honestly, right now, in the early game, 2000 goal lead, not that bad. Not that bad at all. Despite the heavy pressure we do see coming in, and a little bit messy, but that is alright. He manages to stop the Scion from getting massacred by snip scissors.
Sniffs indeed.
You
know, like we are heading into the first objective fights, and this is a crucial moment for both teams. I need to play smart and steady. Their comps is built to scale, so controlling the early objective without losing ground is key.
But then again, if keeping record of the kills so far, 2 kills have gone down for the Lilia and 1 for the Yone already. So as it stands, the prime candidates for carrying are already getting the kills that they need to slowly transition into the mid game to become mid game demons. MRE is holding ground in the mid right now, looking to get a pick off this Blitzcrank right here, trying to get this Nautilus out of the way. The big Nautilus, move. You're trying to hook your Lee Sin, you know? However, we do see...
On the flip side, you know, TSK is hungry to leverage the early pressure.
Unfortunate, the Lilia has fallen there with the Ziggs out. That is a little bit uncoordinated coming from MRE, not entirely sure where everyone was going. However, it isn't the end of the world. As mentioned, they are going for late game, but the late game champions have already gained a couple kills. MRE still is in the fight here as the gold lead. Despite all the towers and the kills, the gold difference is only about 6,000. Now, playing enough tournaments, you and me, Khan, we've played enough tournaments. You know, 10,000 gold gap is not that bad. 10,000 gold gap is doable. You know, we've come back from a couple of 10,000.
Okay, only slow down a bit, right? So slow down.
10,000 is not bad.
Alright, the coping is alright, right? But you know, like MRE must be patient and disciplined here. You know, when mixed state and TSK aggression can turn this into a raw. But if MRE can hold their ground and pull off a clash, hook or sweep, they might just like this for their comeback.
Oh, we're gonna watch this solo bolo from Yone. Yone going QW. And they both do not take the fights because they don't know where is each other's junglers. But that was a very good kill. If that extended a little more, that Gwen was going to go down. The Gwen does get slowed here by the Scion, knocks up And just like that, a free kill for the Yone, courtesy of Sion on a golden platter. That Sion was so tired of that Gwen the entire game. Oh, there is a Nautilus moving up, but he's not gonna have enough time. And just like that, Yone has been getting these cheap kills. These kills is going to be very, very necessary for later on for the carry. But don't be mistaken. That Lilia right now is putting in the work too, and just like that, they're getting the bot tower for free.
We are entering the mid game, the critical phase, where MRE patience beat Tskr pressure. For MRE, this is all about calculated play and scaling up.
Well, from what I can tell so far is that despite all the pressure that they've been doing, they're not doing enough pressure to hold back MRE as a whole. Because MRE being able to grab some kills now is a problem on the TSKR part. Because it's not like the kills are going to anyone random. It's going to Yone. It's going to Lilia. With the team fight here, we do see that the Ezreal might just collect that kill, but he doesn't want to greed for that. The Sion is doing everything he can to hold back the enemy team for his Ezreal to keep poking. But we do see that TSKR is heavily on that macro decisions because as the fight was going down in mid, Lee Sin is now pushing top side. They are heavy on the towers. For them, their greatest objectives are towers.
I mean, Tskr is running away with this one, and 8,000 gold lead in the late game is massive. This is the kind of advantage that can close out game if they play this smart. But this is also where we watch for the counter mechanics.
We do see the... Oh, this is a little bit... This is a little bit confusing, honestly. That was a big greed moment from the Lilia out there trying to contest the blue buff before his teammate goes by. And as the Lilia falls, the Yone went in one by one. Just like that, TSKR does get the upper hand again. I mean, they had the upper hand, but now the hand is, further up.
Yeah.
It's more upper now.
MRE has got to be on high alert because one slip up could mean the final cutting call here.
Exactly that. They have to start locking in much harder because this is the last game for them, and I'm sure they know it too. Once this game is gone, once this game is lost, there will not be another game. Because I'm not entirely sure if MRE has enough points to qualify for the Exrv league, so they have to either win this one or they have to show face in the next tournament.
I mean, Tskr lead is real, but MRE can't stay in this. The rift is about to get intense.
And the fight does break out here. There's so much going on. Knockups after knockups after knockups. Lee Sin managing to get a couple of picks here and there. Sion holding up alone. They've avoided the Sion thus far. MRE made the mistake of fighting without the Yone, and the Yone does go in. And just like that, may not collect the kill on the Lee Sin. They have to start playing around their Yone right now, and Yone has to start playing around his team. Because Yone has the damage, has the pressure, has the 1v1 and the 1v5 potential. What? To keep going for more. I'm sure
MRE has to wait for Yone to come to fight. They cannot engage without Yone there. As you can see from Yone damage, he alone is enough of one. Maybe even Lee Sin, but maybe it's too much.
Okay, Lee Sin hurts a lot. Lee Sin hurts a lot. That champion is supposed to scale early to mid, like champion scales to late game, for no apparent reason. But regrettably, the Yone does fall onto the Lee Sin, just damage testing to see if I can kill every single one of the enemy team. So now on the side of MRE, they have to start waiting for this Yone to come back up. You do see the Wukong go in for the flank that gets half the HP out of Ezreal, and Ezreal just like that out of the fight. They have to start backing off because of the back of Lilia has no grounds on how to apply her sleep potion thing for her ult.
Right now, the goal lead is coming in Clash right now. You can clearly see and feel the goalie seeping through TSK damage and
However,
sustain.
don't you think despite having the goal lead, does it not seem that TSKR is struggling a little bit with this goal lead?
Yeah. I mean, their whole comps revolve around the snowballing and alley game pressure, which they are doing really, really well right now. But they will need to close out this game real quick before the Yone hits max level with Lilias and everything. You know, like the MRE skills are coming in right now. So TSK are on timer.
They are indeed on a timer. We do see a near 13k, 14k goal gap actually. Now this is going to be problematic for the side of MRE. They have to start locking in the goal here. You do see the Yoni on the side here trying to find that angle, trying to find an angle to go in. Not many good angles to go in here as the Nautilus on that side. Out goes in from Yone, manages to catch one, but goes back out instantly to avoid getting bursted down. With that trade alone has the mid tower going down. They shouldn't lose hope right now. They are still able to turn the fights now as they are diving into the base. Yone does get a kill onto the Gwen. And just like that, they are on base defense duty. We're playing tower defense right now on Wild Rift. And MRE is holding steady for now.
I mean, it's pretty simple for MRE now. They just need to defend their throw. So no
That is
distraction, just 5v5.
true, but with that, that does mean that they're gonna let go of a couple of objectives though. Because we can see here the next objective is gonna be the soul. It's gonna be a soul on the side of TSKR.
Yeah, MRE's maps looking like my country right now. Really dark.
Really dark and no light, nothing.
Yeah, no light, nothing.
It's a
It's a raw.
harsh world. It's a
Yeah,
harsh
it's
world we
harsh
live
war.
in. I mean, you
Yeah,
live in.
harsh
I
war.
don't live in that harsh world.
Yeah, harsh war for both MRE and me right now.
However, despite all the gold and all the pressure that TSK is having, I am quite unsure as to why they look like they're struggling a little bit. Honestly, with 13k gold, I'm pretty sure they could have just steamrolled through mid.
I mean, it's the final game, right? There could be a little bit of knowledge.
Oh, and the fight is breaking out. The fights are going on multiple sides right here. Nautilus Out does go in. However, the carries are dead except for the Lilia. The Lilia does have the damage now. Moving into the late game, the Lilia does keep going, does manage to get the Gwen. Lilia is chasing onto the Nautilus and gets a double kill onto the Nautilus. However, picks up the Lee Sin Q on the way, and now it's left for MRE Phoenix on Blitzcrank to defend, and he's going to defend with all his life, ulting. And just like that, the side of TSKR does take the win for today in the grand finals. TSKR has moved on to the next stage. They are now EXRV Storm champions. With
Yeah,
that, they
what a
have now earned the
performance.
ticket.
What a performance from start to finish, commanding, control, and relentless.
If you
TSK
want,
show why they're champion, from early game aggression to late game execution. MRE fought with heart, but the goalie, map control, team coordination from TSK are just too much.
just too much, but we should also remind MRE that this isn't the end of the road for them. Because if they keep together and they keep going as a team, they will get to heights even higher, maybe even higher than TSKR, because TSKR has been around for some time. MRE, the underdogs. They're the new kids on the block here. They just started playing with each other. Some of them been playing with each other for some time. Some of them are very new to this.
Yeah.
MRE has the potential to keep going, and as long as we see MRE in the next one, in EXRV trials, we will see more of them. Hopefully
Yeah.
so.
It's a series full of moments, right? Especially from MRE, Yoni, who keep us on edge despite the odds.
I would say this is a very emotional match for me because I personally have very close friends in MRE here, and I would have loved to see them take this win. However, being a caster, I have to be unbiased as much as I can be. So congratulations to TSKR, they have moved on to the next. And with that, we'll see y'all in the next tournament altogether, EXRV trials. Do expect to see me, hopefully.
Yeah, hopefully. Until then, keep gaming and keep casting those plays.
벗어나 너의 그림자 속에 갇혀있던 날 새로운 세상에서 날 찾아 I'm alive 운명에 맞서 더 강해져가 다시 태어난 듯이 더 크게 날아가 모든 걸 내 손에 쥐고 세상 앞에서 우린 싸워 두려움은 이제 없어 이 순간을 내 것으로 만들어 어둠 뚫고 빛을 찾아 내 안에 불꽃 이제 탈출해